Echo. Okay. Hey Cali gang, what it do and OMG. So I'm gonna get into this story time and OMG. I can't believe I never told this story before. I guess it kind of went in the back of my memory and was just like, don't remember this moment or don't remember this night. But yeah, so let's get into it. Okay, so long story short, this friend, we will call this friend Magenta. Okay, Magenta. So me and Magenta, at this point of our friendship, we've known each other for I think about a year or so. I want to say this was maybe my freshman year in high school because I didn't have a cell phone yet. That's one thing I do remember about this day. I didn't have a cell phone yet, so yeah, it was definitely like my freshman year. Yeah, freshman year. Hold on. Sorry about that. My dogs are barking, but yeah, so freshman year. I can't remember if it was like the summer or the weekend or what. So all right, so I went to my homegirl Magenta's house. And let's just describe Magenta as not the best looking friend. She needed braces, she wore glasses, you know, everyone had acne around that time. Her acne was bad, my acne was bad. Everybody's acne was bad, okay? And so me and Magenta, I can't even remember how we became friends or who introduced me to her or anything. Like, it's really weird. I can't remember how we became friends, which is weird because I normally remember how I became friends with most of my friends back at that time. But yeah, so we became friends. We got really close really fast because at that point of life, you know, I was really young, a social butterfly. I wanted everybody to be my friend and, you know, so we became very close very fast and you know, we confide in each other with a lot of things and she went through a lot in her life and I went through a lot in my life and you know, so we decided to pick a day like, oh, you know, let's have, you know, girl time slumber party, I'll come to your house, you come to my house, watch movies or whatever. Magenta's mom, she's like, no, she can't come over to your house, but you can come over here. I'm like, okay, cool, cool, cool. I'm excited. I'm like, yay, I get to, you know, have a sleepover, girl time. You know me, I love some girl time, movies, candy, you know, girl talk, all that stuff. I love it. I love it. So before before this day came, right? A lot of literally almost everybody that was like my friend or associate at that time, they were like, oh, you shouldn't hang out with her. She's a 304. She's a 304. This and that, 304, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, but in all honesty, keeping a G, okay, we all have a little bit of 304 in us, okay? It's just levels to the 304-ness, okay? It's levels. And let's just say her level was a level that I didn't know existed at that time. Okay? I was a freshman in high school. This was like, oh my God, y'all, like, oh, 304. Like, this was so long ago. Oh God, my age is showing. Yeah, so, you know, your girl's so so innocent and oh my God, your girl was ridiculously sheltered growing up. Okay, so I was very naive to a lot. Just a lot. Okay, it was a lot. Um, but yeah, like because you know, like my guy friends would tell me things like, "Oh, she's a 304, this and that. Don't hang out with her. She's gonna make you look bad, this and that." And I'm like, okay. And then I would hear their side, but I would never tell her I heard their side really. I would just be like, yeah, you know, they called you a 304, but they wouldn't really say why. Or I would be like, oh, they just keep talking stuff, this and that. And then she would always eventually tell me, you know, the story, her side of the story. Because, you know, there's his side, her side, and the truth. So, funny part about it was parts of their stories always like aligned. You know what I mean? Like if my homeboy, let's call him Yellow, because I'm looking at a yellow piece of tape. Okay, so Yellow, he came up to me. He's like, don't be friends with her. She's a 304, this and that. I'm like, okay. I'm like, why? What happened? He was like, yeah, me and her were talking, and she just keeps being so sexual, this and that, da 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 da. I'm like, oh, okay. So I get her side of the story. Her side was basically what all young guys do, stringing her along, leading her on, making her seem like they're talking, or they're, making it seem like they're something they're not, or just, putting the idea in her head like that they're talking, or they're, getting to the phase of dating, when in reality, he had a girlfriend already. So he was basically using her. And, I figured that out because, I grew up with 4 brothers. But, figured that out. And I was like, oh, I heard his side and her side. I was just like, okay, well, that's, that has nothing to do with me. Like, that's between you guys. And it was really messed up because he would, like, treat her like crap in front of everybody, of course. And then she would show me texts, and she would tell me stories of how these people would not treat her like that in private, of course, getting her to do things that they want her to do that she probably doesn't want to do, but maybe she does want to do. I don't know. But let's get to the story. So she's like, all right, come stay at my house. We'll, watch movies, popcorn, make cookies, girly stuff, pajamas, talk boys, stuff like that. I'm like, yes, so excited. I love it. Yes, let's go. So my mom dropped me off, and, I had my little bag, and, her parents were there, and she was like, yeah, just put some cookies in the oven, so they should be done soon. Y'all can, chill. Got the TV on. We're just chilling. It started out a normal day. A normal day. Like a normal day. Started out as a normal slumber party. Okay? A normal slumber party. 2 homegirls coming together, hanging out, having girl time, watching movies, drinking, juice and soda till it's late, eating candy. We're finna take the cookies out the oven. Y'all, one thing I forgot to mention about Magenta is she is boy crazy, okay? I know everyone goes through that, like, boy crazy phase, in high school or life or whatever. Y'all, she was boy crazy, like, her boy crazy level was really up there. Let's just say that. And next thing I know, she's getting on the phone calling one of our mutual friends. We will call this person Kia, like a car. So she gets on the phone talking to Kia. Next thing you know, Kia's cousin gets on the phone. We will call him Blue, because I have a blue comb, and so Blue gets on the phone. He's talking to her. I don't know what he's saying to her. She's giggling. She's haha, all the stuff, all the girly stuff. And next thing I know, she's like, "Hey, so what do you think if I have Blue and Kia come over?" I'm like, "We're gonna get caught because your parents are upstairs. They're gonna hear something, like, you know what I mean? They're gonna hear something, like, something's gonna happen. Your girl had a bad feeling. My antennas was up, okay, y'all? My antennas was up. It was not, no. I was telling her, I was like, no, this is not a good idea. What does he need to talk to you about? If he needs to talk to you, why can't he just tell you over the phone? She's like, oh, girl, you wouldn't understand, da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, okay, whatever, girl. So she's on the phone with our mutual friend Kia and his cousin Blue, and they waddle their asses over. No, they didn't walk. They had a car. Kia's cousin Blue had a car, so they came in the car. Next thing I know, I go to the bathroom or something, and I hit the corner. Next thing I know, Kia and his cousin Blue are there. I'm like, what the fuck? and her parents are upstairs. Trust me, this house is not big, okay? Like, yeah, it had upstairs and downstairs, but y'all, the echo. The echo. Okay, the echo. So I growing up, I could never be sneaky for nothing. I could never lie. I could never nothing. Like, it would always come out. People would always snitch on me. Like, something would always happen. And I had oh my God, y'all. This was before I was like diagnosed with anxiety. Like, I always knew I had anxiety, but I was never like diagnosed. But oh my God, waves of anxiety keep hitting me. I'm like, oh my God, your parents are gonna come down here. Oh my God, like, your girl's freaking out. My homegirl, she's just like, oh, well, me and Blue, we're gonna go talk over here in this room. The way her parents' house was, it was set up like you go in the front door, and the front door is the stairs. And then you go to the right when you enter, and it's like, you keep walking straight, and it's like an office, and then the bathroom, and then like the living room, all like right there, like a little turn. And so they go in the office, and me and Kia are on the couch, like, talking. We weren't dating. We were just really cool friends. And he kept getting nervous and anxious because he knows that my homegirl's mom really likes him. Like, she was like, oh, I love him, this and that. Like her golden kid she never had or something. Like, she really loved him. And he was just like, oh, I hear something. Oh, I hear something. Oh, I gotta go. So next thing you know, he leaves. His cousin there with my homegirl in their office, and they're in there talking. So I freak out. I shut the light off, and I sit on the couch. And I'm sitting there, and I hear them messing around a bit. They're messing around. They're doing their thing. And next thing you know, her mom hits the corner where because the living room is here, and then like the stairs are like around a little corner. Mom hits the corner, and I just freeze, like, she's like, where is she? I was like, she's like, where is she? And I was like, and I just look around, I'm like, oh my God. And she heard them like messing around in the room. Because I think at that time, like, she heard her mom. Her mom walked in there. She was like, Callie, go upstairs. I'm like, okay. So I go upstairs. She pulls them out. She was like, who the hell is this? Who do you have up in my house? And oh my God, you guys, this was so mortifying for me. Like, I will never forget this. This will forever be stained in my head, okay? I went upstairs. Sorry, my phone keeps going off. I went upstairs. Oh my God. So he left. Blue left. And Kia left him. He left in Blue's car. So Blue had to walk back to Kia's house. Meanwhile, homegirl's mom, I can't remember what I called her, so we'll just call her Microphone from now on, because I can't remember what I called in the beginning of the story time. But yeah, so Microphone's mom, she's yelling at her. She's like, what is wrong with you? You're having your friend over. This is so embarrassing. What the hell were you thinking? What were you guys doing in there? She's like, what is wrong with you? You're in the middle of because it was her lady time. And she was just like, nothing, Mom. We were just talking. We weren't doing anything, this and that. She was like, I don't know who you think you're talking to. You have me fucked up. I'm grown. I'm not one of your little friends. I'm not one of these little kids running around. And she commences to whooping my homegirl's ass. Y'all, I hear contact slapping the belt. Like, y'all. Okay, you know how when you have a sibling and they're getting their ass whooped and you, like, don't feel bad because, like, you don't feel bad. You don't feel bad because they did it to themselves, whatever, like, you don't feel bad. But this is different. I literally sat there listening to my homegirl get her ass whooped. Her mother ripped her a new one. Oh my God. Oh my God. And if my homeboy Kia is subscribed to the channel when he watches the story times, then he will know because he was there. But yeah, so homegirl got her ass whooped. I literally listened to her get her ass whooped for like a good 15 or 20 minutes. It was really bad. Like, I'm pretty sure her mom slapped her in the face a couple times. Like, it was really bad. So, of course, my ass, my overly sensitive ass, I start crying, bawling my eyes out. I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Like, it was terrible. And, before I went upstairs, no, my homegirl came upstairs and she was like, I'm so sorry. She's like, I'm so embarrassed. I didn't think that was gonna happen. I was like, she came and laid down in the bed with me and I held her hand and I just sat there and I was like, it's okay, it's okay. We like literally cried and fell asleep. Like, oh my God, it was crazy, you guys. Like, I was so traumatized low-key from that experience, staying the night at her house. I was like, oh my God, this is terrible. Like, I felt bad a little bit, but then I didn't, because it was like, girl, you didn't have to do all that. Like, I feel like, well, honestly, the things that she went through in her life and the way that she acted, it didn't surprise me the way things were going in her life. But yeah, she was definitely one of those friends that was always looking for love in the wrong places, always believing everything a guy says, and it would always lead her to heartbreak and heartache, and it was really bad and terrible, and it sucks because I lost excuse me, I lost contact with her over the years after she moved. She said she moved to New York, but I really don't know where she went or where she ended up. But y'all, that story, that day, that made me question staying the night at people's houses from that moment on. Like, I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. No one knows this. I've never shared this story with anybody. You guys are the first and last. Like, oh my God, like, it was so crazy because when my friend Kia, when we were down there just sitting talking on the couch, don't come for me. It's makeup everywhere. It's the vanity, okay? It's gonna be makeup everywhere. But yeah, like, it was so funny. We were sitting there and like we were like whispering, talking, because like I was scared and he was scared, and he was like, I can't let her mom catch me down here. She likes me so much. She's like a second mom to me, this and that. I was like, bro, if you want to go, then go. Like, I'm not holding you hostage here. I didn't make you come here. Your cousin was too busy trying to get his dick wet and came over here, okay? And I don't even know, y'all, it just hit me. I don't even know how she got them in the house without like the little beep alarm going off, because around that time, that was when everybody had the little ADT alarm and it like beeped and stuff when you open windows and doors. I don't know how she got them in unless her parents heard her open the door or the back door or wherever and just let her get caught. Excuse me. Oh my God, what if her parents knew and let her get caught? That would be messed up. But at the end of the day, she made the decision to have him come over. She made the decision to, I don't know, like, and then after that, it kind of made me feel used by her a little bit, because it was like, did you really want to hang out with me, or did you just use me as a distraction so your mom, like, had her guard down and, like, you know, let you roam around the house, like, on the bottom floor at night with me? Like, I don't know, you guys. Like, the whole situation, like, it went over my head a bit, but then not really. But now I'm just thinking back on it and I'm like, she just was looking for love in all the wrong places and letting guys say what they wanted, and she believed it. Like, it would kill me because she would be like, oh, he might embarrass me and talk stuff to me in front of everybody, but that's not how he is in private, this and that. And I would try to tell her, like, girl, if he's treating you like this in public and like the energy isn't matching in private, like if he's like basically she would try to say like, oh, I don't care what he says or how he treats me in public, because when we're in private, he doesn't say that or he doesn't act like that. And of course he doesn't act like that in private, girl, because you're doing what he wants you to do in private. And then he's steadily looking like a player or whatever, like to everybody else, and then you just look like used and abused. Like, it's so... See, I keep knocking out this dang earring. Oh my gosh. Hang on. All right, sorry. But yeah, it was crazy. Like, when my mom came to pick me up the next day, oh my god, y'all, it was so embarrassing. When my mom came to pick me up, of course, she met my mom at the door and was like, oh yeah, we had a little situation last night. I really, really adore your daughter. She's really nice and respectful and stuff, but she won't be able to come over anymore. It's not anything that she did, blah, 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 and she told my mom. I can't remember if she told my mom, like, everything, or what, but yeah, like, it was so awkward. I could not believe it. I was like, this bitch really put me in this situation. I was like, this bitch really put me in this situation. Like, we were really close. You know what I mean? Like, we were really close. And I just couldn't believe that. But I just couldn't believe it. I was like, man, is this really happening? Like, I'm really here in this situation. Like, she really put me in this situation. I could not believe it, y'all. I was like, and we're supposed to be really close, like besties. Like we were, but we weren't. You know what I mean? Like, we were close. It was just a lot, and I just can't believe that. Like, oh my god, mortifying. Moral of the story, you guys, if you're boy crazy, that's okay. If you're having your friends come over, spend that time with your friends. You can be boy crazy on your own time, away from your friends, without putting your friends in messed up situations. Like, that situation could have gone, like, so much worse. Like, her mom could have caught all of us down there. Like, oh my god, like, it would have just been crazy. And then I think at this time, I don't even think I was, like, when I would visit with my mom, I wasn't living, like, in that area. I was, like, the next city over. So she would have to drive at least 30 minutes to come get me. She would have had to come get me, like, 30 minutes, an hour there and back in the middle of the night because she went to be on some 304 shit. Like, oh my god. I was so, like, after that, I was, like, I kind of kept a distance from her a little bit. I tried to stay close to her, but then I tried to distance myself a bit because it was just, like, the things she was doing, it was too much. Like, she was active in the community. I was not active in the community. I was not trying to be active in the community. You know what I mean? Like, your girl was scared to do anything. So, yeah. But that's the story time. I can't believe I didn't talk about the story time before. I can't believe I didn't really, like, I kind of forgot about it, but not really. But then I did. Like, I don't know. It came out of my mind and came back. So that's what happened. But that'll happen with age, of course. But yeah, so moral of the story, listen a little bit to people when they say, maybe you shouldn't associate with them. Maybe you should take a step back. Maybe you should just not hang out with them. But it sucks because back then I would always try to see the good in people. I would always be like, oh, well, I would never let anyone else's opinion on someone cloud my judgment of them. Like, okay, well, that's how they are with you, but that's not how they are with me. And yeah, that can be a little naive at times, especially with people that are going to take advantage of you or see you as either timid or just an easy target for things. I don't know, but it sucks. Me and her, we always remained really close. It got to a point where either her parents sent her away or something, and we were, like, writing letters back and forth over over time. Yeah, and then we just lost touch. I don't know if she's running the streets. I don't know if she's alive. I don't, and it makes me really sad because she was really sweet. She was a sweetheart. Just, bad circumstances, looking for love in all the wrong places, and just keep answering the devil's door. That's what she was doing, in my opinion. But thank you for tuning into the story time. Please don't let your hormones be a determining factor for a life-changing decision in your life. Take a step back, stop, think, and just wait and maybe react tomorrow. Or just wait. Thank you for tuning in to the story time, guys. Please stay safe and blessed, Kylie Gang. Mwah. Bye.